Hi friends, in this session we study about the differentiation of a function with respect to another function. Let u is equal to f of x and v is equal to g of x be two functions of x. Then to find the derivative of f of x with respect to g of x, such that to find the du over dv, we use the following formula: du over dv is equal to du over dx over dv over dx. So in this technique we could solve this sort of questions like the differentiation of a function with respect to another function. It is just like a parametric function's differentiation. So let us take one tutorial example. Here we see that the differentiate log sin x with respect to root of cos x. So let's we start with. So let u is equal to log sin x and v is equal to square root of cos x. First we differentiate u with respect of x. So du over dx in this way. So first we find out this. Differentiate both functions with respect to x. Okay, so we differentiate this because u is equal to log sin x. We are differentiating this with respect to x. So du over dx is equal to d over dx of log sin x. Look at here, it is a composite function log sin x. We have the composite function, so we have to use the chain rule here. Here we assume again, let w is equal to sin x. So we get u is equal to log w. So now we differentiate this du over dx. Therefore du over dx is equal to du over dw and dw over dx. Implies to du over dx, this u we have to differentiate with respect to w, so we write here instead of u log w. d over dw is equal to log w, and d over dx we have to differentiate this with respect to x, so we write instead of w sin x. Implies that du over dx, so with respect to the differentiation of log x or the log w with respect to w, here 1 over w, and differentiation of sin x is cos x. I substitute the value here of w. W is equal to sin x. Cos x into 1 is cos x over sin x. Finally we get, therefore dy over dx is equal to cot x. Cos x over sin x is cot x. So this we have got number 1. Now we differentiate another function, which is v is equal to root cos x. Because v is equal to square root of cos x. We differentiate this with respect to x. Therefore, dv over dx is equal to d over dx of square root of cos x. It is also a composite function, so we will use here chain rule again. We assume here let z is equal to cos x. So we see what happens now. Therefore, dv over dx is equal to dv over dz into dz over dx. Now we substitute these values here. Implies that dv over dx is equal to d over dz. V is equal to square root of z, because cos x is equal to z. So we could write also in the power z power 1 by 2. So we write here z power 1 by 2, and d over dx, the z we have to write down cos x. We have to differentiate with respect to x. So implies that dv over dx is equal to, if we differentiate z power half with respect to z, the square root of z with respect to z, to get 1 upon 2 root z, and the differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. Implies to dv over dx is equal to minus sin x over 2 square root of cos x. So I am putting the value of z, which is equal to cos x. Look at here, z is equal to cos x. So this we have got. Finally we get here, therefore dv over dx is equal to minus sin x over 2 square root of cos x. This is our second. Now I explain the thing, which method we have to use here. So look at here, du over dv is equal to du over dx over dv over dx. Because du over dv is equal to du over dx over dv over dx. Therefore, du over dv, du over dx, we see du over dx, we have got here cot x. So we write down here cot x, and dv over dx we have got minus sin x over 2 root cos x. Sorry. So we could write here 2 root cos x. So we could write finally in this way. Finally we could find du over dv is equal to minus 2 root cos x cot x, and 1 over sin x is cosec x. So in this way we could find out the derivative of a function with respect to another function. Thank you.